BJJ as the ultimate team sport. In this video we'll dive deep into the community aspect of Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. One of our big things at Haven BJJ is that we highly value teamwork and creating a community. Jiu Jitsu is an individual sport, competitions are 1 versus 1, but all the preparation is done with your teammates. In this video we'll talk about why we think creating a community is so important, what influenced us in creating a community and what we do to actually create it. Now, why is community so important? Two main reasons. First one, loneliness. It's been a big problem in the Netherlands, not only among the elderly, but after COVID also among teens. The Guardian headlines, for example, socially stunted, how COVID pandemic aggravated young people's loneliness. And the Dutch Youth Institute says, the loss of these learning experience at school, in sports, going out, playing with other children, may mean that children and young people will continue to need these experiences, especially in the period after the pandemic. Now, that's reason number one, loneliness. Reason number two is Dutch culture. The Netherlands is a highly individualistic culture. It's so much so that in the World Population Review it scored a perfect 100% on individualism. That's by far the most individualistic country in the world, even more than Finland, Sweden, Norway, Germany, you name it. That means that the Dutch people want to solve problems by themselves. They want to be independent and they don't want anybody to help them. Another common aspect of Dutch culture is that you make your friends in high school. And afterwards, your circle's closed, you don't really look for new friends. And for people that move to the Netherlands or move from another city to a new city, after high school, it can be very hard to make new friends in the Netherlands. So, with both the Dutch culture and the social problems after COVID, we believe it's very important to create a place where kids can learn social skills, make friends and socialize, and adults too, actually. Now, what are our inspirations? Why does a Dutch gym with a Dutch head coach care so much about community? Why don't you just sit on the couch by yourself and talk to those 5 friends you made in high school? Good question. There's actually 2 reasons, or more specifically 2 countries, Brazil and Ireland. Let's start with Brazil. Since 2015 I've been going to Brazil almost every year to study Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. And where the Netherlands is highly individualistic, Brazil is extremely community focused. And that took some getting used to for me. But after a few months I started to appreciate it. The gym became like my family. They would always be there for me. Do you need a place to sleep? We have an extra bed. Doing nothing this weekend? Come over for dinner. Do you need a doctor? I'll call my uncle. You're rarely ever alone and everybody takes care of everybody. At least within the small community of the gym where I trained, the house in Santos. Now, living in Brazil without my friends and family also showed me the importance of having a jiu-jitsu community to fall back on, especially when you move to a new place. I try to bring some of that Brazilian community culture to Haven. Now, the other big influence on Haven is the Irish culture, with 2 of the main coaches, Sarah and Savage, coming from Ireland. Even though Ireland is a lot closer geographically to the Netherlands than Brazil, the community aspect is a lot more important in Irish culture. Quite similar to Brazilian culture. That also might explain why so many Brazilians move to Ireland. It's definitely not because of the weather. Now, Mr. Savage is always bringing that Irish community feel to the gym. And he uses his experience with Irish sports like rugby and hurling as a roadmap to building BJJ as the team sport we believe it is. Now, what do we do to create this community? First of all, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu is a pretty good community builder itself. Just practicing the sport puts you in close contact with people that you need to trust, because you have to know that if you tap, they let go. You're literally trusting them with your life. And that connection makes it very easy to make friends. Next to that, Brazilian Jiu Jitsu attracts a certain kind of person. And don't get me wrong, we get people from all over the world with all kinds of religious backgrounds, political beliefs, and we get students to blue-collar workers to managers. But they have some things in common. They care about their health, they like a challenge, and they're not afraid to fail. And that also helps you to connect with these people, no matter how different they might seem on the surface. So next to actually teaching Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, we also do a lot of community events. We have our award show.
So that's the award we're gonna give him. Leverage guard, base technique, quickness and more, or LGBTQ+. Zombie affected. And now she's healed, she's fit, she's training again, she's at the award show. So, the Zombie Apocalypse Survivor Award goes to Zoe!
We go out to dinner after training, we go to national and international tournaments, and we host seminars with some of the best athletes and coaches in the world. Those events are a great way to get to know your teammates outside of the regular training. We're also quite strict on enforcing our house rules and our core values. It's very important to us that everybody is respectful and trains in a safe way. I'll link to the house rules in the description below. So, there you have it. Why we feel creating a community is so important, both with the social problems after COVID and with the individualistic Dutch culture. Our inspiration, Brazilian and Irish culture, and what we actually do next to Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which is already a great community builder in itself. Now, if you want to experience this for yourself, make sure to drop by for a free trial class, link in the description below. If you have any questions, remarks, leave them in the comments. Leave a like to this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.